Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Social Equity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sophia Spallino, and today I'm dropping in with a really short one, but this is going to change your perspective on everything. And let me tell you, your mindset can shift as soon as you change your perspective, and your perspective changes when you're in physical different places. For instance, the way you're going to look at a beautiful park, like you're in Central Park, the way you see that park is going to look so different than if you look at Central Park from the rooftop of a beautiful hotel. It is going to be a completely different perspective, a completely different experience. Whether you're in the park and you're walking with a hot chocolate, or somehow you're in the park and you're waiting on something and you're sitting next to like a horse's turd, versus you looking down and seeing this beautiful, vast landscape. It's all about perspective. Things are only what we perceive them to be because we think a thought and then we believe it over and over. Now, the truth is other people see us this way too. Other people treat us according to the value they perceive us as. Okay, so first of all, you've got to know your worth. You've got to know your value. And if you've done that work, keep listening. Now, of course, we always want to level up our personal worth, our personal value. But what I'm about to tell you is how to get other people to see you as valuable. Okay? So here we go. Here's the little analogy. A cup of coffee can be 50 cents at the gas station. You ever go in and you're exhausted and you're driving through the night? That 50-cent cup of coffee never tasted so good, even though it's total shit, right? Right. So you can appreciate it, but it's just 50 cents. You're only willing to give 50 cents for it because it's still shit, but you appreciate it, okay? You go to McDonald's on your way to wherever you're going, trying to save money and not go to Starbucks, and it'll be like $1. Still not the best, but it was convenient. It was on your way. It is what it is. McDonald's coffee. Now, coffee can also be $5 at Starbucks. Okay? $5. Some people think that's pretty hefty. I mean, I don't know. How does it make you feel when you drink it? Why does it make you feel that way? Because of the perception people have of the brand? Because of the way you feel when you go in? Because of the way you feel when you hold this really beautifully branded cup? Because you know that the brand credibility tells you that the beans were roasted a certain way? Yeah, probably so. That's why you're okay with spending $5 at Starbucks. And then moving up the ladder, same cup of coffee could be $7 at a country club, or after dinner coffee at a fine restaurant or country club or designer coffee shop, like Restoration Hardware. I don't know what it costs there. Anyway, you'll pay more for it. Why? Because of the environment, because of the way the environment's branded, because it's available in a high-end place. And that's all that's available in a high-end place. So, same coffee. The presentation and the place determines the value. So if you know your value is high, Sister Queen, are you just putting yourself in the wrong places? Like in front of the wrong men? In front of the wrong women who don't see your worth? Are you putting yourself in the wrong places, working somewhere where you're not happy, where they don't really value you or like care about you as a human? Or you're not making what you want to make? You're not charging what you want to charge? If you know your value is high, are you just in the wrong place? Because I know if you're listening to this podcast deep down, you know your value's high. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're listening because or at least you're trying to understand. You're trying to get yourself to believe that, because belief is just a thought we think over and over, and you've gotten conditioned perhaps to believe that you weren't worth so much. But that's changing because you're doing the work. You're doing the work right here, right now, listening, throwing yourself into environments and hanging out around people, listening to podcasts and books that encourage you. So if you're doing that, then where else could you just put yourself in places that are higher value? Because I know when I stopped marketing to poor people, to people who wouldn't want to pay, to people who weren't willing to make a shift, that was the moment that I started making some money, okay? And I mean money. I'm talking over $20,000 months, okay? Yeah. Because what I show up and do for my clients is unlike anything else. I know I'm high value. I brand myself well and I show what I can do. The proof is in the pudding. And I don't talk. I underpromise and I overdeliver. So guess what? When you show up knowing your worth, you make it fucking rain. You get what you want. So I want to encourage you today, if you are positioning yourself with a personal brand, to really strategically talk to the right people, because I'm not talking to people right now who want to play small. And if you do, you can just click off the podcast. That's cool. If I offend you, get off. I'm talking to people who see themselves as worthy of investments in themselves and in others. So if you're ready to get off the wrong horse, out of the wrong crowd, quit going to Planet Fitness and go to the fancy gym, metaphorically and probably realistically, then just do it. Then just do it. Because if you know you're not a 50-cent cup of coffee and you want to be perceived as a $7 cup of coffee, then make the changes you need to make. Believe yourself. Believe yourself and other people will believe you. Show up for yourself and other people will show up for you. Put energy into yourself and your business and your brand. Put money into yourself and your business and your brand. We just talked about a coffee cup. The way we'll pay more for a Starbucks coffee cup. Well, guess what? I don't show up on the internet looking like shit. I let people know what they're getting. They're getting value. Yeah, I'm authentic. Yeah, I'm always going to be me. I might be wearing yoga pants sometimes, but like, they weren't cheap. You're not cheap. You're not cheap. Quit treating yourself like you're fucking cheap. You are not Ross Dress for Less. Not that there's anything wrong with it. God knows I love a good Marshall's deal. But like, hear me out. You are not. You are some Versace shoes, sister. Yes. Yes. So, I want to know how this applies to you in your life. If this hit home for you, shoot me a DM on Instagram. And of course, if you love the show, please leave me a 5-star review and a kind rating. Share the episode with a friend who needs encouragement. And of course, download my free ebook. I say it in every episode. It's called How to Get What You Want. It's a mindset cheat sheet. Look, there's a million books on manifestation in the world, and mine is 11-page. It is like manifestation for dummies. I wanted to call it that, but I want to inspire you and not use the word dummy. But like literally, it could have been called manifestation for dummies. Manifestation for rich bitches who don't want to waste their time. Manifestations for people who don't want to take time to figure out things the hard way. Right? Because money's time. And if you figure out things the hard way, you waste your time, you waste your money. That's why I coach women in their personal brands. If you want to level up and level up fast, I offer a VIP one-on-one on-demand coaching program. I only accept up to 4 clients like this a month. You get 30 days with me, access to me daily, and weekly calls. And the reason this is so different than anything else is because you're not going to be consuming all kinds of content and like not knowing how to implement it. When you feel inspired, you'll be able to ask questions. Like when you feel stuck in the creation process, you can like reach out to me. Also, you won't get stuck because beyond social media coaching, I'm here to level up your mindset. So this is going to be different than anything you've ever done before. And if you signed up like me for a coaching program and you did nothing with it, it was because you didn't know like the first step to implement. Like you had too much information and not enough like, okay, let's take this step today, this hour, right now. Like that's what I do that's different. So if you're ready to have different, do different, be different, show up different, level up different, make your money different, and maybe you've got all the money in the world, but you know that your personal brand would support that even more, and having a pristine social presence is important, DM me. DM me, let's talk about it. Or if you're just ready, you're like, fuck this, I'm ready. This is my moment. Like I'm changing it all today. I'm not wasting time, not making excuses. The link is in the show notes to apply to work with me. And that's all. Go have an amazing day. Okay, bye. I'm Sophia Spallino, the host of Social Equity. Thanks for listening to the podcast and sharing it with your friends. If you got value from this episode, be sure to subscribe and listen to more episodes about mastering your entrepreneur mindset, making more money with your personal brand, manifesting your dream social media audience, and living a life doing what you love, like truly love every day. And if you love the show but don't know who I am or why you could take my advice to heart and implement my strategies and tips, allow me to introduce myself. I am a social media coach and agency founder. I have spent over 8 years in the social media space and amassed over 333,000 followers across platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as hosting a top charting podcast. I am not gatekeeping the goods. I want to share my tips to help you build social equity. What's social equity? It's a little term I coined. Let's break it down. Social, in this case, short for social media. Equity, the value of an engaged online community, an asset you are building for yourself. I love helping women build social equity and watching you unapologetically take up space online and leverage your personal brand to directly earn revenue or support another revenue stream. Yes, you can strategically attract people who love to follow you on social media, believe what you say, and love to buy from you. If you're ready to stop hitting walls, take inspired action, and manifest social media success, there are 2 ways to work with me. You can hire me as your personal coach or work with me and my agency. If you want to learn how to make strategic, beautiful content and grow your brand, you can do it. I can teach you. Join my one-on-one, on-demand coaching support program to get access to me and social media lessons in real time. When you're inspired, at your own pace, I am a text away. Plus, you'll get weekly Zoom lessons. Whether you're a novice at creating or need strategic support overcoming a plateau, I can help you level up your mindset and personal brand. Apply for VIP access in the show notes. You can also book a single session if you started your personal or business social media journey and just feel stuck. Now, if you don't have time to make strategic, beautiful content, but you know you need to have a pristine social media presence, me and my team of social media stylists at Legacy the Agency can do it for you with excellence. As a perfectionist, I've had trouble letting go of doing everything myself, and I can promise you, you will scale faster and achieve so much more if you hire the right people. We are the right people, and we do things with excellence. Learn how Legacy the Agency works by going to legacytheagency.com or by visiting the link in the show notes. When you do that, you can book a clarity call on legacytheagency.com, and that will include a social media audit of what you currently have going on. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Sophia Spallino. And lastly, if you feel yourself come alive and get excited to take radical responsibility for building your social equity, share this show with a friend and leave a 5-star rating and kind review wherever you listen to podcasts. Because with a positive mindset and a personal brand, I believe all things are possible. So get up and go get what you want.